Chris Carwile and I are about to start a segment called I Spy with the crime scene photos. And we are going to pick a crime scene photo and just play I Spy with it, because I think that looking at these photos and playing this game help you realize, or attempt to realize, what the fuck they're taking pictures of and what's going on in these we'll call them crime scene photos, because that's what they are. They're just not quality work. So we're going to start off this new I Spy segment with a picture from the living room. So let's get into it.
And I guess you'll probably post this picture to go with it. But it's a picture of the living room with the couch and the table in the background and some other stuff. But you go first.
I spy Eva's cell phone face down on the couch, perfectly clean.
That's weird, isn't it? That doesn't really line up with her story.
It doesn't, because the fact that it's perfectly clean, if she had done everything that she said she was going to do, it would only make sense that that phone wouldn't be that clean.
I agree with you. I spy, right next to that, a pair of what look to be blue sweatpants or shorts on the couch. Guess what those are? I have no idea, because nobody collected them.
I will tell you what, though. I spy a stack of folded towels, and the shorts that you spy don't match with the folded towels.
They don't. They look thrown there. Those towels don't look like they would be there. You know, this is right by the spot on the couch where there's blood, so right where Eva says she laid Olivia down. Don't know why those towels would be there right next to it. I spy on the floor some more towels. Maybe it looks like those probably fell off that stack. Do they have blood on them? Don't know. Weren't collected.
It's the only picture we've got.
Anything inside of them hidden? Don't know. Wasn't collected. But yeah, right there where Eva says she laid Olivia down, there's her phone, some shorts or pants, we don't know, that were never collected. They look like they were being worn, probably by Eva. So another piece of clothing that she may have changed out of. Don't know, wasn't collected. And a stack of towels. Relevant? Maybe, maybe not. But guess what? A 2-year-old's dead, so maybe you fucking pick it up.
I spy something hidden underneath the blanket that is laid across the back of the couch. Also, right by where she claims that she...
It's weird, isn't it?
Laid Olivia. Like, what is this that is shoved under the blanket on the couch?
Mm-hmm.
It's very obviously shoved underneath this children's blanket, which looks misplaced as is on the couch.
Agreed. I spy a table that looks to be not in its normal position.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I don't know. It looks to be pushed up against the wall, and there's a big space on that floor.
That's a really good one. It does. And you know what solidifies the fact that it's out of place, other than merely making no sense where it's at, is I spy the meal that Jordan told officers he made for Olivia the night before, and the position of the tray is facing the wall, which this table is shoved up next to.
Right, like Olivia would have been standing there on that part of the table while she's eating.
Which she could not have done right there. So
the table couldn't have been like that. I spy right next to it a big old pile of clothes. It looks to be about 4 feet high, maybe, and 2 or 3 feet wide. Pretty big pile of clothes. Luckily, we know for a fact that the murder weapon was not hidden under that pile of clothes because they searched. Oh, no, they fucking didn't. They never approached that pile of clothes, moved any of the pile of clothes, looked under the pile of clothes, looked in the pile of clothes. I have no idea. There could be a person hiding under that pile of clothes and nobody would know because nobody fucking looked.
It's quite a large pile of clothes that, ironically, I spy an empty washing basket.
Yeah.
Next to, or like a clothing, what would you call that? A laundry basket.
Laundry basket, yeah. An empty laundry basket. Again, something that confirms Jordan's story that he was doing laundry, but gets ignored. I spy an open door.
To everyone's favorite magical portal that doesn't exist, which...
The garage.
Is the garage.
And guess what else I spy? I spy a light on in the garage with the door open.
Which would indicate that somebody went in the garage and turned the light on and left the door open.
That's what it would indicate to me. It's maybe funnier to take them at their word. To me, this says that Detective Wesley Marsh and the Van Buren Police Department
who allegedly took this picture.
Who allegedly took this photo. Showed up to a murder scene with a dead 2-year-old. And they walked in the house. And immediately upon entering the house, they saw that there was a door open to the garage and the light was on. And then they never went in there. And they never photographed it. And they never collected anything from it. And they couldn't tell you anything about it. That is fucking incompetent. That is, nobody is that stupid. They obviously went in the garage. They obviously photographed stuff. They obviously collected it. There is no way that they didn't go in there based on this photo alone.
Absolutely. The door is obviously open.
The door's open and the light is on. Somebody is in there as this photograph is being taken. And nobody ever went in there. And nobody ever collected anything. Except for, and you'll probably have to cut this out, but at trial, people testified that they did go in there. And it was, quote, a mess. A lot of stuff. Boxes. Equipment. Other shit. Not photographed, not collected.
I can tell you what Zillow, or I was Googling the house, because I told you at trial they kept bringing up the garage, which I'll leave that in there because I'll leave it open-ended at that. And I'm like, I don't have a single fucking picture or clue about this garage. So I look it up online. It's the only place I have to this day ever seen the fucking garage is on real estate photos. And in the garage is what?
A box of tools.
The washer and dryer.
Oh, yeah, the washer and dryer.
But clearly, yeah, that's open and the light's on. Someone is in that garage right now.
Yeah, and that right there is the best photograph that we have of the garage. That's a very sad fact. I spy. Oh, you know what? This is actually a fun one, and it's not one you actually... I'm cheating at this point, but that's okay. I spy something that you can only spy here if you have a computer and can zoom in on this photograph. The floor is wet. You can see little footprints if you zoom in. Different footprints, and I think it's this one. If not, it's another one on the floor.
There is a picture of the floor that there is a wet footprint that is not in the other photo.
Indicating that it had probably been cleaned fairly recently.
And you know, if we go back to the first thing that I spotted, which is Eva's cell phone face down on this couch, in a weird position because it's the back part of the couch, and people may or may not know this, but right when you walk in the front door, the couch is literally like 4 feet in front of you right there. And when she called officers for the 20 seconds that she called, she tells dispatch that I see feet.
Yeah. And
hangs up. And her phone happens to be weirdly placed on this couch, and the floor was wet to pick up shoe prints. We know she wasn't wearing shoes. And that table has very, very clearly been scooted over.
And scooted aside, and there were wet wipes that were still wet with blood on them in the trash.
I spy a trash can that in this picture looks very brand new and empty. And that'll come into handy.
That too. Isn't that weird?
For a later I Spy game, that will definitely come in handy. But that trash can, we can see a few inches into it. It's looking very new, very empty.
I agree. I agree completely. Let's see here. I Spy.
I Spy cookware.
Oh, again, confirms Jordan's story.
Which confirms Jordan's story that
Just another.
was baking the night before.
I Spy a kitchen table that looks pretty full of stuff. No, it's a small thing, but that's where allegedly Wooten and Eva sat down and had a talk. I hope they didn't have the bag of
cornflakes
or something sitting in between them, but maybe they did. I don't know. This is a fun game you can play with a bunch of these. And again, I'm not saying that any of this is true. This is just I Spy something heavy and wooden that could have been used to hurt a child. That stool in the back corner.
Okay.
Luckily, they ruled it out because they collected it. Nope, they didn't do any of that. There's
Just
no
kidding.
up-close photograph. There's no collection of any of it. And again, I don't think that happened, but there are other pieces of furniture that you'll see later that it's a possibility.
I mean, you at least should rule it out.
You should rule it out.
Is it possible? Is it probable? That doesn't matter. It's you ruling out whether or not it's possible or probable.
Yeah. No. I see a spot with what looks to be 2 things of blood on it from where Olivia was laid down.
And you know what's weird about with I Spy, the fuckery is strong. Look where the blood is, which if you're listening is right there by the folded up shorts and Eva's phone and the towels that were knocked off. But you have the whole couch that you could have sat her on. Why would you set her next to folded up items when you have the whole couch?
No, exactly. And she's right there, right? So you, according to Eva's story, which is who the fuck knows, you move her from the bedroom to the living room and you put her right there on the couch, and you get pretty lucky, right? Because that's right by the front door, so she's right there for EMS. And then you pick her up and you move her back to the bedroom, which makes no sense at all. And then you take off your shorts and you throw them there, and you throw your phone there at some point. It doesn't. This photograph is a good example because it looks normal. It looks like a photograph taken at a murder scene until you learn more about this case, and then you look at this photograph and you're like, wait, none of this fits with what they say happened.
What do you not spy in this crime scene photo?
Crime scene markers.
Crime scene markers, nowhere to be seen.
Crime scene markers, yeah, no, that's a good point. And there is stuff that was photographed here, and there's not a single crime scene marker.